Well, hello there, my friend Jonathan Doyle with you once again. Welcome to the Daily Message. I'm pleased you've made it again for another episode. Please subscribe to the channel. Go and check out all the links here below. There's a lot of good stuff here. So if you want to book me to speak, if you want to find out about coaching, you want to get my social links, they're under here. So go check that out. I got up this morning at 4 a.m., my friend, and it was negative minus 8.5 degrees Celsius. That is exceedingly cold. That is the cold in which our swimming pool freezes. Yes, that actually happened. And so one of the questions people ask me quite a lot is, how do I still manage to make myself do the kind of training, especially outdoors, that is required when it's minus 8.5? What is the mechanism by which I manage to get myself out the door to do these difficult things? I have a few thoughts on this. There's a little complexity here, but I want to start by giving you some basic parameters that you can think about. Why? How is it applicable to you? Well, it's got everything to do with if you want to build a successful life, if you want to do useful, awesome things with your life, then you are going to need to be different to most of the people around you. Why? Because, well, quite simply, obviously there's different social and economic advantages and disadvantages in different places. I don't discount that. But most people are going to pretty much stay within the parameters of what's possible for them. That is not a judgment. That is not saying one group of people are better than others. It's just an observable fact of human history. If you're watching this kind of channel, if you're interested in the kind of content I do, then we're not trying to be in that group. We're not saying we're better. We're just saying that it's the old mantra that if you do what everybody else does, then you are going to get what everybody else gets. There's roughly 7.5 billion people here on the planet, and most people are going to get pretty similar results. Now, for whatever complex reasons of our personal evolution, growth, and development, we want a little bit more out of life. So I want you to start from this parameter that if you want better results, then you just look at what everybody else is doing and don't do that. Most people are, sitting on the metaphorical couch of life, not experiencing the richness and possibility that life has to offer. That's fine. You're not responsible for everybody else's choices. You're only responsible for your own. So the first principle, let's get this down, is you're going to have to be uncommon. You're going to have to actually have a mindset, a set of beliefs, a set of parameters that excellence is possible, that you can achieve and experience more. You're just going to have to do different things. The second key principle is to always remember this massive parameter that your brain is not essentially on your own team. Your brain is only ever and always trying to do just about one thing, and that one thing is to keep you alive. At the unconscious level, it's obviously regulating blood pressure, heart rate, respiration rates, hormonal levels. It is doing all that stuff behind the scenes. If for a second your brain stopped doing that, your life would come to a rather rapid deceleration, if you understand what I mean. So on the more cognitive end, in terms of our prefrontal cortex, our executive function, our brain is simply trying to keep us alive as well. It's trying to make us do things that keep us relatively safe. It loves predictability. It loves certainty. It makes a whole bunch of sense from an evolutionary perspective because your brain was just trying to keep you alive, all right? So as many speakers will remind you, the problem we have today, of course, is that the threats that our brains evolved to protect us from have pretty much vanished. We now have all these sort of theoretical threats, if you like. Stress, paying the bills, career, family, kids, parenting, all that stuff become theoretical threats. So often when it comes to doing difficult, challenging things, doing things outside the routine, your brain's always going to hold you back. A classic example this morning is like trying to get out there at minus 8.5 when my brain is telling me a story. And friends, I'm just like you. My brain's telling me the same story. It's like, it's ridiculous. Why'd you go outside? Why would you do that? Why'd you stay inside? It's so warm. And so I just want to give you what I actually do. It's taken me to the age of 49. Yes, thank you. I know I look about 25. I appreciate it. God bless you. But it's taken me to this age now to realize that I just don't listen to my brain a great deal. I do listen to it if I'm specifically deliberately going into real strategic decision making or meditation, prayer, spirituality, introspection. Then I do try and think and be present and listen. But when it comes to doing the kind of physical things that need to happen to build a successful life, you're rarely going to want to do it. Now, there'll be exceptions. Sometimes you'll feel pumped. You want to get out there and get amongst it. But so often, you're just not going to feel like it. And once you understand that message that you're waiting for, that encouragement from your brain, when your brain says, yes, minus 8.5, this is the best, let's go out there in our underwear. That message is never going to come. So once you understand that message is never going to come, you get a certain kind of freedom. You get the freedom to go, I'm not going to listen, I'm just going to get out there amongst it and get it done. So that has helped me a lot over the years. I have learned to very strategically tune out of my own thinking process. So you can apply this to anything in your life that needs to happen that currently isn't happening, or you would like to see it happening more. It could be a personal discipline, a physical discipline, a dietary discipline, a financial discipline, a relationship discipline, a spiritual discipline. You just have to start. I mean, Mel Robbins is great on this with the 5-second rule. She just gets it done. She just starts, She's really clear that if you wait longer than about 5 seconds, your brain's going to talk you out of it. So this is my message for you today. Whatever it is in your life that's important to you, whatever it is in your life that you really want to get done, don't wait for the feeling. Don't wait for the brain to fully agree with you. Just start. Take that first step of activity and action. Once you do that, you get momentum. Once you get momentum, you get confidence. Once you get confidence, you can rinse and repeat. All right? So summary, if you want an uncommon life, do uncommon things. If you want a standard life, just do what everybody else does. All right, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Check out all the links below here. I'd love you to share this with people. It means a great deal if you can post this on your social feeds. My Instagram link will be under here as well. And guess what? You and I, my friend, we're going to talk again tomorrow.